Good morning. I'm Alden Pearson. I'm an attorney. I practice primarily in construction in Minnesota and Wisconsin. The governor of Minnesota on Friday, June 5th, issued a new executive order, order number 20-74, which applies to both critical and non-critical businesses operating in Minnesota. Critical businesses are those, quote, essential businesses, end quote, that were permitted to continue in business through the COVID-19 pandemic. But now non-critical businesses as well are allowed to operate with certain restrictions. This video will concentrate on construction in Minnesota. That industry, as stated previously in my other videos, is a critical business or an essential business. However, the new executive order, provided that the emergency continues through or past then, requires critical businesses, including construction, to have a COVID-19 preparedness plan in place by June 29th. Now, the Minnesota Department of Labor and Industry has a sample plan, but that plan is not specific to construction. It's a starting point. You will need to have a specific preparedness plan for your industry by June 29th. Now, this Friday, today being Tuesday, June 9th, this Friday, the emergency provided by the governor's executive order may expire. However, because this executive order continues through June 29th, my expectation is the governor will continue to extend the emergency period, which is the foundation for all of these executive orders. What does that mean? Well, critical businesses could choose to wait till near June 29th in order to put a COVID-19 preparedness plan in place, hoping that the governor's emergency period will expire, therefore making that preparedness plan unnecessary. Or you may choose to put it into place before then. Regardless, if the executive order continues, the emergency period continues, then all critical businesses, including construction, will need to have a COVID-19 preparedness plan in place. Now, as non-critical businesses are concerned, and that, as I stated in previous videos, would include, based on my opinion, door knocking and non-essential activities that aren't necessarily critical business activities for construction. They should have a preparedness plan in place already. If you are contemplating door knocking, and we do have storms happening as early as today, we had a little bit of a storm a few days ago, and that of course gets exterior contractors to start to door knock. You'll want to do a couple of things. First thing what you'll want to do is check with the cities where you are engaging in those activities, and seeing what their peddler's permit requirements are, and see if those requirements have changed given COVID-19. You'll also want to have a COVID-19 preparedness plan in place, again, because in my opinion, door knocking is a non-essential activity, therefore you'll need a COVID-19 plan in place to engage in that activity. Where in your normal construction activities, where customers contact you to come out and do repairs and that sort of thing, until June 29th at least, no COVID-19 preparedness plan needs to be in place. So those are the major changes as they relate to construction. As for a COVID-19 preparedness plan, the plan must include the following items. It must require workers to work from home as possible. It must ensure that sick workers stay away, remain at home. It must include social distancing requirements. Workers must engage in hygiene and source control, meaning hand washing, that sort of thing. And then cleaning, disinfecting, and ventilation procedures need to be in place to protect against the spread of COVID-19. For customer-facing businesses, which would include door knocking, again, those COVID-19 plans need to be in place. And the household services businesses, which also likely include door knocking, those COVID-19 preparedness plans need to be in place. You need to train your workers on COVID-19 preparedness. You will need to disseminate and post the plan, and you'll need to have signage such showing, for example, washing hands, showing social distancing, and you will need to provide a copy of your COVID-19 preparedness plan to regulators such as the Minnesota Department of Labor and Industry upon their request. Because residential contractors are licensed through the Minnesota Department of Labor and Industry, failure to have a COVID-19 preparedness plan when required would be considered a license violation. On top of that, the prior criminal violations that were in the other governor's orders, violation of the executive order is a misdemeanor punishable by up to $1,000 penalty and up to 90 days in jail. For businesses and for business leaders, for example, supervisors and businesses that enable or require workers to violate this executive order, the penalty is more severe. It's up to $3,000 penalty and up to a year in jail. It's a gross misdemeanor. So this isn't something that you want to take lightly. Again, my name is Alden Pearson. I'm an attorney. I primarily practice in construction. This executive order will be on my website at aldenpearson.com, and I will take any questions anybody has regarding it. My contact information is also contained on that website, aldenpearson.com. Thank you very much.